This is the homework that goes with Progress Check 2. So first, let's just look at the properties of exponents. When you have a power to a power, so something like, that's bad color. So something like a squared to the second power, you multiply those exponents. When you have a power with the same base, so a to the fourth times a to the sixth, you add those exponents, so you'd get a to the 10th. When you divide powers with the same base, you subtract the exponents. So a to the sixth divided by a to the fourth, you would get a squared. 6 minus 4 is 2. And then when you have a negative exponent, you flip the number with the negative exponent to make them positive. So if you have a to the negative 6, that'll then be a, or 1 over a to the 6th. If you have 1 over b to the negative 1, that then goes to b to the first power. Okay, so here's our first problem. 1 over x to the 5th times 1 to the 3rd. We had something similar on the progress check, and a lot of people were a little confused. So the first thing you do is put x to the 3rd over 1. And then you can multiply the numerator and the denominator, so you get 1 over x to the 5th times x to the 3rd over 1. So then you get x to the 3rd divided by x to the 5th. Then we know we can do the whole subtract with the same base, and then you get x to the negative 2. Now, you're not done if your answer has a negative exponent in it. So we have to flip, and we get 1 over x squared. And now we're done because there's nothing more we can do. They're positive, there's nothing to simplify, so we go on to the next problem. Okay, so we have n to the 4th divided by p all squared. So it's a power to a power, so we multiply. So we have 4 times 2, because n to the 4th is 8, so we have n to the 8th. And then p, think of it to the 1 power, so you'll get p squared. So you'll have n to the 8th over p squared for that one. And we're done. There's no more n's, there's no more p's. You stop there. They're not the same bases. Okay, so this one, we want to think of our order of operations. So first, the first thing we want to look at is inside the parentheses, is there anything we can do? And if you see or notice that there's 2 a's, one on the top and one on the bottom. So that's the first thing we want to do, is add those bases together or subtract. Either way you have, or yeah, my bad. You want to subtract those because we're dividing. When you divide, you subtract. So you have 2 minus negative 3, which turns out to be 2 plus 3. That's why I said plus, which you get 5. So then when you simplify that, we now have a to the 5th, b to the 4th divided by 2, all to the second power. There's nothing more we can do into the parentheses, so the next part of the order of operations is the exponent. So now we have to distribute that 2. We have 5 times 2 is 10, 4 times 2 is 8, and then don't forget to distribute to that 2 also, and it's 2 to the second, not 2 times 2. Even though that both gives you 4, I saw a lot of people do 3 to the second equals 6, or 2 to the third equals 6. You're not multiplying those two numbers together. That's raised to a power. So then you'll end up writing a to the 10th, b to the 8th over 4. Or you can do divided by 2 to the second power. You don't have to expand that into 4 if you don't want to. Okay, so our last one. First thing we need to do is multiply the base numbers because there's no like terms inside the parentheses. The base number is just the number by itself on the outside. It's not an exponential number, just the base number. So we have negative 8 times 2, which is negative 16. Next, we need to add the exponents of the same base. When you multiply, you add those exponents. So let's start with m. You have 3 plus negative 3, which is 0, and anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So we have m to the 0 equals 1. Next we have k. When you don't see a power, you can just automatically assume it's 1. So we have 1 plus 3, which is 4. So we have k to the 4th. So our end result will be negative 16 k to the 4th. And math is fun, and pigs are cute.